Now it's day 2 of FTX collapse conversation on Capitol Hill. This time, Senate Banking Committee is holding a hearing. You're looking at a live shot of that conversation right now. Now, yesterday we saw the House do something similar. We're hearing more from key U.S. lawmakers, and starting us off on that story of the day is Wendy O. Wendy, take it away.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. So the panel hearing is today, is the second week by Congress to analyze the FTX collapse. They're examining how the failures of FTX could impact the entire industry, but you all know what that means. Here's what Senator Sherrod Brown, Senate Banking Committee Chairman, had to say. Take a listen.
The myth of Sam Bankman-Fried and his crypto trading success was supposed to impress us. We're still learning how he shuffled money between FTX and his trading firm, Alameda Research, a name calculated to sound as generic as possible to avoid raising eyebrows while sending money across the world. FTX and Alameda Research took advantage of the crypto industry's appetite for speculation. They were able to borrow and lend from other platforms and invest in other crypto firms, inflating the crypto ecosystem and growing their own profits.
Okay, so guys, one of the things I want to say is if you take a look at everybody that's in the at the hearing, you'll notice their age, and I think that we can all agree we need to get people that are younger to represent us and talk about this type of stuff. But anyways, Brown also said that lawmakers can look at existing banking and securities laws for time-tested approaches as a way of overseeing the crypto industry. However, where were the regulators when all of this stuff was going down? That's a question that I have. He said if we want to learn from FTX's meltdown, we must look closely at the risks from conflicts at crypto platforms that combine multiple functions. And of course, something from Kevin O'Leary. He claimed that Binance and FTX were at war with each other for some time, which kind of looks like it was true from some of the tweets. But at the same time, he did say that he believes CZ was attempting to put FTX out of business. I don't think that was the ultimate cause of FTX's demise. I just think it accelerated it. Binance is a massive unregulated global monopoly. Leary said FTX is a use case for the need of regulation. The lack of regulation is what caused the collapse. And on a side note, Kevin O'Leary was a paid spokesperson of FTX. Personally, I don't care if somebody was a paid spokesperson of anything. It's just becoming very ridiculous, some of the comments that he's making, because our entire industry is at stake. I want to give this over to Will, though, for a take.
Yeah, I'll grab for a second. I watched 15 minutes of this dribble, and that's what it was. I didn't see anything that was informative or interesting. I saw a lot of grandstanding. I saw people talking about issues that had nothing to do with FTX. And why? Because they're not interested in FTX. They're interested in getting their names associated with cryptocurrency and taking down Sam Bankman-Fried and his giant empire. They just want this for votes, and I think that's become very clear during this whole discussion. If you tune in for even a minute, you're not going to hear very informative takes. You're going to see better stuff on twitter.com. The things I saw trying to take down Bitcoin mining, to trying to just discuss how crypto is moved across shores and how that's not safe, to applying different securities laws from the 1930s to modern technology. A lot of things that just don't make sense, Wendy. And I think we need some better lawmakers on this discussion every time. And if you go back over the years, this has been the case, right? We actually have this every 4 years with crypto's cycles. We actually have the same conversation. I was there in 2018, 2019 on Capitol Hill, listening to a very similar conversation from very similar Congress people talking about how we needed more regulation on top of crypto. And maybe what happened with FTX brings us across the finish line to getting some clarity from the SEC on what crypto tokens are. But in my opinion, and just like Kevin O'Leary said this morning, I think we're going to be here again in 4 years with the same conversation. Jen, I'll throw it over to you.
Well, Wendy, there was one young person there, and that was actor Benjamin McKenzie, who you may recognize from the OC. So I just had to point out that there was one young person speaking this morning. So I was listening. I also was just really kind of frustrated with what I was hearing. And then when Senator Lummis spoke, I was like, thank goodness. Maybe she's going to speak some sense into this hearing. She said, this is not a trial on digital assets. This is a failure of people, safeguards, and regulation, not technology. And that was the biggest takeaway from this for me. I'm so happy that she was able to say it. But unfortunately, directly after she said this, Warren brought up money laundering, criminal activity, North Korea, Iran, and the conversation just steered completely away from FTX again. So, Will, I agree with you. I think that this is an opportunity to put digital assets on a trial when we really should be talking about the corporate failures of FTX. Zach, what did you think?
I'm over it. Season finale was last night with the SPF perp walk going from a courthouse in the Bahamas into a car looking dazed, wearing a suit and a shirt with no tie, being hauled off to one of the worst prisons in the world. Movie ended. This is all just B-roll. This stuff that the Senate is talking about, don't care. We saw the same thing yesterday. At least they got John J. Ray III to show up and situate the conversation and some facts. They're just bringing in whoever the hell they want to have some conversations that don't seem to be especially rooted in the present moment as it relates to what happened with FTX. I got nothing more to say. I'm giving it to Wendy.
I got to say that this is going to make a really great novella. Those are my favorite to watch always, all the time. And do you guys think that Sam, well, tinfoil crown on, do you guys think that Sam will actually be in that prison, or is this all for show? Food for thought.
I don't know,
my boy
Wendy.
Sam's in that prison.
I don't know about these conspiracies.
Pretty clear about that.
Yeah. I don't know, Wendy.